Alright, so you heard about Heroes of Mavia, the game that's been blowing up in the crypto gaming space right now in Web3. So, if you guys are familiar with Heroes of Mavia and you want to know, how do I get started? How do I, what's all hype about? What are the first couple moves? How I can get an advantage within the game of Heroes of Mavia? Stick around. I'll go over some of the highlights that I've been using within the game to kind of give an edge over it now that we were so early still in the game. We're catch these advantages early on. If you guys are a fan of crypto gaming and videos like this or find value out of it, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Your support means everything. So, first of all, what is Heroes of Mavia? It is a kind of a base management builder game on mobile devices. It does take a lot of similarities from Clash of Clans. So you can, for argument's sake, you can think of it as a Clash of Clans on the Web3 side of gaming. So again, you command your army to victory here. Obviously there's a couple things going on within Heroes of Mavia. We've covered Heroes of Mavia quite a bit on other videos on this channel, so you can feel free to go back through and look at that right now. But I'll give you some of my opinions right here. So first of all, where you can find it, it is on Apple and Android. So you can find it on the Google Play Store or you can find it on the App Store. This game already has over 1 million downloads. I believe they did that in the weekend of their nationwide or worldwide launch at the end of January of 24. So pretty impressive there. This is kind of what the game looks like within it. So again, if you're anything familiar with Clash of Clans, it's going to be kind of, returning to home for you. Again, if you're a big Clash of Clans player, you're going to start out with your base, something a little bit like this, just a screenshot on Twitter. Nothing crazy here. You're not going to start out with any walls or anything. What I'd recommend immediately to get an advantage on, so when you start out, you have your home base, place where you want to put your HQ at. Then you're going to want to get your resources, obviously like your gold, your gold and oil miners. That's immediately when you want to get into. Now, when you start out, the game actually gives you a 2-day shield. Don't attack anyone. It's going to be tempting, but if you don't attack anyone, you can actually just farm your resources and kind of just get going immediately. So you can hit the ground running a little bit. Again, when you get your HQ, this is what you're going to want to be leveling up over time. Now, one thing is don't level it up too fast. So some people will go immediately from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and that's all they level up. Level up your surrounding, items like your cannons, your walls, your rally points, so you get more troops in your army at one time. Level up your whole base as a whole before leveling up your HQ. Otherwise, you're going to be inviting tougher enemies to be fighting your base. And even though your HQ is leveled up, nothing else around your base or your headquarters is leveled up, so you're going to get wrecked almost every time. So just, something to place note of there. Another thing is that if you have valuables like your gold storage, oil storage, put it within walls and, put your cannons and defense balls within walls as well. I typically leave my storages in my walls and I'll put my collectors, like my gold and oil collectors outside my walls, but that's because I'm checking it very often and I'm collecting it, moving it into storage. If you do not collect your resources, they're going to be stuck in your collectors. And if they're outside the walls, people will easily have access to destroying them. So again, this is what the HQ looks like. Now, I'll give you right now some tips here as far as troops and defenses go within your base. I'll give you an immediate advantage right now. First of all, you're going to start off with this striker. It's like the barbarian from Clash of Clans. It's a ground unit. It gets the job done to begin with. You don't want to level them up once you get the laboratory. I think at HQ 2 or 3, level them up. But as soon as you can get the air factory, and you're going to unlock this guy called the Skyfire. He's an air unit. Now, the key about this air unit is that only anti-air missiles can really attack this guy. Anti-air missiles, ice cannons, and enemy heroes. They lay with the sword here on the right-hand side that we see on the left on the number 2 pedestal. Those are the only things on a base that can attack. So if somebody has mortars, cannons, walls, does not matter if you're rocking this Skyfire. And what I've noticed, especially in the beginning, most people, by the time you get the Skyfire, most people do not take the time. They don't put anti-air missiles, or if they do, they put them in terrible placements. So as long as you know what you're doing, you can, as soon as you unlock your hero, you can put your hero in. And heroes are currently, in my opinion, kind of overpowered. You can almost take on a whole base with just one hero without launching a single troop if you get the right base. But again, what I do is I launch my hero, try to take out any air defenses, and then I'll launch my Skyfires, and then the base is pretty much over. Again, if you take out 1 or 2 defenses for anti-air, the rest of the bases, if you just have air units, it will come down pretty easily. Really, my army, that's all I rock is air units, just because it takes out a majority of the defenses, and you only have to go over anti-air immediately. That's what I'd recommend, and I am going to be trying to get some gameplay of Heroes of Mavia to put on the channel as well. Trying to figure that out still from getting it from my phone onto here, so I will find a way to do that. But it goes vice versa. Do not forget to place anti-air missiles and keep those defended. They have a wide range. You get two in the immediate start a little bit before you really get into the mid game. So you want to place them. I place them on opposite ends of my base within the walls. That way they're protected. I like to put my hero in between them. That way you almost have a line all the way down your base of anti-air defenses. That's what I do, and make sure that you have buildings around them, because some people, obviously, I don't know if it's a strategy that's known right now, is rocking air units. Again, if it is, that's not going to stay early forever, but that's what I like to do. So as soon as you get your base, again, use that 2-day shield, build up your resources, really get your defenses going. Don't forget to upgrade your surrounding buildings and defenses before upgrading your HQ. Upgrade your walls, and the striker does it, for a little bit, but as soon as you can get that air factory, I'd get the air factory, get the Skyfire, rock the Skyfire, and you're to be taking down bases very, very fast early on, especially bases that you can keep sifting through them. But you'd be surprised. Most bases either don't have anti-air missiles or they're placed terribly. Most of the time they're outside the wall because people don't see the value of them because they're not using air troops themselves. So you can place that and place your hero once you get it. I believe at HQ level 3 or 4, you get your first hero, and then send her in. She'll take out the anti-air missiles, and you'll take it off immediately. Again, when you get your hands on this game, you can install it on Android, Apple. They have a bunch of downloads. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there already. Again, I'm trying to find a way to get gameplay of it off of my phone. Let me know if that's something you guys find value out of. But these are some quick tips. How I'm getting an advantage over my opponents in Heroes of Mavia is I'm running air troops all day because, again, most people do not know that it's kind of overpowered. Again, you're not fighting all the defenses. You're only fighting at max maybe 3 or 4 defenses up until like HQ level 4 or 5. Again, the ones that I've noticed that really attack, pretty early on are, I can go here, turrets, are anti-air missiles, flame towers, ice towers, and heroes. Those are the ones, but that way you don't have to worry about mortars, cannons, any other ground defenses. So that's what I do. That's kind of my strategy right now. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have been playing Heroes of Mavia. What are some tips that you're taking advantage of? Or if there's any tips you'd recommend to other beginners, let me know in the comments. That way either I can read them or other people can read them. And I'm enjoying my time with Heroes of Mavia currently right now. Again, I'm trying to find a way to get more gameplay of it so I can share it to the channel. But let me know if you find value out of that, if it's something you'd want to see more of, maybe like a series of me playing Heroes of Mavia. But I'm enjoying the game. The game's very popular in Web3 right now. We've talked about it a lot on this channel for years now, so I'm glad that it's finally here. And also, you can earn 100 Ruby per day within 24 hours. Make sure you max out that Ruby earning. You get it by completing or by beating other people's bases in PvP. Right now, Ruby does not have a use case, but whenever they unlock it in the future, you'll be able to use it to get cosmetics, NFTs within the game, which might be tradable, or you might be able to redeem it for Mavia. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but I know you'll be able to use it for cosmetics within the game. So might as well be earning that Ruby right now. Again, there's no dollar value for a Ruby, but earn it right now. Again, you get 100 for every 24 hours from attacking other people's bases. Nothing in the game, obviously tells you that or makes it obvious that that's a thing, but you can earn Ruby. It's right beneath your gold and your oil right up here on the top right, that 95 with the right there. And the blue token is kind of like gems of Clash of Clans, where you can spend real money, like USD, real money, real life money, to actually speed up time and stuff within the game. But either way, those are some quick tips on Heroes of Mavia, how to get started, what can maybe give you an edge. Let me know, and we'll go from there. And I'll keep making videos on Heroes of Mavia, especially if I can figure out how to get gameplay from my phone. But I want to get some tips out there since this game is still early. A whole lot of people haven't really figured out all the tricks and tips of it yet. So let me know if you guys have other tips or you got value out of this. If you guys can like the video, comment, subscribe to the notification bell, and share the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.